Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's B from Kongs R Us, and welcome to The Next Level. This is my weekly podcast show where I bring you next level guests, things, projects, community members, and oh boy, today, do we have a show for you today. We have the Super Vendor Show, Vendor Super Show, if you will, where I reached out to a bunch of people that I've worked with previously that have really changed the game of home arcade modding. When a lot of us got into this hobby several years ago, you know, whenever you bought your first Arcade1Up or AtGames or whatever, I'm sure there was something about it that you wanted to improve, something that you wanted to either change the buttons or add a different graphic or add a lit marquee or do something. And while, yes, many people have the skills to do this themselves, many people don't. And so we had to rely on some amazing third-party vendors that helped us build are dream arcades. And so these guys have all been responsible for helping literally dreams come true. And I say that in the cheesiest way, because for some of these folks, they helped my dream cab come true. In fact, the cab that I have behind me was done by a few key people that helped me put together, my dream Macross arcade cab. So I wanted to shout them out and bring them on. So I have an awesome lineup for you guys, 7 different vendors who have all contributed to the modding scene. Each of them are excited to be here to share some new products with you and give almost I'm curious about finding out who these people are behind the scenes. In addition to just creating some amazing products for everybody to use, they also have themselves are impacted by what's happening in the retro arcade modding scene and price changes and things. So I have some interesting questions to ask the panelists about what's going on. But first off, what's going on, chat? I have the Code Always Wins here. Majin Ian is here to die for Brad O'Connell, Juan Perea, Retro Lizard, Bill Wright, This Ability, Akuma Rev. I see a lot of folks in here. Rascal's Basement Arcade, Jason Mansilla. Thank you guys all so much for joining in and checking out. Horse Kick says the particle board arcade for the win because particle boards are cheap. That's what got us into the arcade modding scene in the first place. But I'm going to start bringing in my guests one by one so that you guys can get to know them and meet them. First person I love to bring on is one of the guys that I've absolutely a huge fan of. It's connected with me on several different projects, including making a custom Starcade mod control panel with me. My buddy from 99 Lives Arcade, Mr. Greg Zaker. What's going on, Greg? How are you?
Hi, B. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, how you doing, man? I see you have a Transformer shirt back there. Are you a robot fan like me at all?
Oh, just a little bit.
Greg, besides home arcades, Greg just messages me randomly like, did you see the latest Voltron toy that just came out? Please talk me out of this. Are you going to buy that $700 Voltron toy or are you no, not going to happen? Because you could buy an arcade for that price, right? Can you believe the prices of toys these days too?
Oh, I'm telling you, you see that Optimus Prime that transforms and it's voice activated and does everything. I ordered 2.
Did you? I got one too. Don't worry. All right, we could talk toys all the time, but thanks for being here. I'm going to bring on everybody first and then do a roundtable. So hang tight. All right. So the next person I want to bring on is somebody who's been in charge of one of the biggest arcade modding groups that I joined when I first got into the scene. And he's behind the scenes of the Arcade1Up and modding group, Mr. JC from Tulsa Arcades. What's going on, man?
Not much, man.
JC hanging out in his arcade. How many of you guys think that arcade is real in JC's background? Can you?
It's sad. I'm at home. I don't have my own arcade. Everything we build sells.
Yeah, that's funny. Like you don't have actual arcades in his house. Oh, we'll get to that. I'm curious about for you as vendors, how much you're actually building yourselves. But I asked a poll question earlier. How many folks have actually modded their own arcades? And 97% of folks that are in the chat have done some sort of modding in their home arcade. So, I mean, that's a big audience that's here that have probably used some of your services, except JC doesn't use his own services. He can't keep his arcades in his house, right? So
I tried to, man. I build, 4 or 5 arcades and I'm like, hey, I want to keep these.
Do you have a dream arcade? Do you have a dream arcade that you would build for yourself? If like that you have the tools, you have the CNC, like do you have something that you want to that you haven't built yet?
Believe it or not, Donkey Kong cabinet.
Yeah, that would be really fun to see your take on a Donkey Kong cabinet.
Original Donkey Kong cabinet. That's what I'm going for.
Full size. Nice. Very cool. Well, hang out, JC. Thank you so much for being here. So our next guest I'm going to bring on is coming all the way from another country up north. Mr. and Mr. I'm going to say Mr. and Mr. It's 2 guys from the Buy Stuff Store guys. If you guys haven't known what these guys are, they do amazing work. It's Dave and Michael from Buy Stuff Store. What's going on, guys?
Hey, how you doing, B? Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Yeah, good to be here.
We have Dave on the right, Michael on the left. I've heard that Dave is more the communicator and Michael is the brains behind everything. Is that true? What's the relationship between you guys?
That's absolutely true.
So you guys are brothers collaborating, running Buy Stuff Store from not only a retail store, but you guys have some custom stuff, including a badass back box in your background. I can't ignore that. So talk a little bit about kind of what Buy Stuff Store is and why what you guys do. Is it both retail? Is it only mods? What else do you do?
So we actually came from the printing industry, but with print changing a lot over the last bunch of years, we started to get into some side businesses with a liquidation store, actually.
Yeah.
And then we started liquidating some Arcade1Ups and things like that as it became available to us. And then we saw a need up here in Canada for the AtGames Legends machines, because no one in Canada was able to supply them. So that started our relationship with AtGames, and as we started selling those, we saw some ways to improve them with our risers and the pedestals and things like that.
And then all the mods and ideas came. So I will be asking each of you about what creative things you guys have created for the mod scene. So hang tight. I appreciate you for being here. But I mean, you're already getting some comments here like, wow, Backbox, hells to the yeah. I mean, you can see the stalking
Brad's
behind
a big
you.
fan.
Brad's a big fan. All right. And Bobby says to smile, JC. Come on, man. It's like he's looking at you.
It's been a long day. Long day. Our warehouse is like 110 degrees. It's awful.
Oh man, it's hot, it's warm, and people are in different places. But appreciate you guys spending the time here. But we have a lot of guests here. Gonna bring in some other folks here. Mr. Arcade Graphics man, Tyler Goodman. What's going on? You've been responsible for skinning many cabs out there, including mine. This was a Tyler Goodman print, the Macross arcade cabinet. So.
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. I mean, you've probably had so many people come to you with custom ideas. Just quick question. What's the craziest custom print that you've seen come your way from somebody wanting custom artwork from you?
I had a guy that was into, I don't know if it was tall women or women with very large feet. And he made an arcade game out of it that was kind of like Rampage. And the women were the artwork for the cabinet. It was interesting.
I was going to say, we got to keep this a little PG-13 in case you were getting anything else from a request, but keep that in mind, everybody else. I'm sure you guys have gotten weird requests too, but that's interesting to hear. But welcome, man. I'm glad you made it. Tyler was literally driving here just to get to the show. He was jumping on from his car, taking care of his kids. But I love the fact that many of you guys are family folks too, and this is, as much as a business for you, that it's about family first. So I love that you guys are sharing this and bringing your kids along. I've seen Tyler put his kids to work on his deals and things, right? Like, are they in the shop working with you as well?
Believe it or not, I actually took a position with a graphic designs company local to me here about a month ago, and I've trained them on the printing process, running the machines, shipping the graphics, and they have been doing it all. I still step in the evenings and do all the custom stuff and that kind of work, and everything else they've been doing with my one guy that's been with me for about 3 years now. And I needed a change of pace. I was having some mental blockage basically, and I had to get out of the shop for a little while and do something different. But we're still here doing things, and they're killing it. That's
great.
A lot of the 4th of July orders went out within the next week, and there's still some stragglers that I'm finishing up now, but we're all but caught up and ready to rock and roll.
Isn't that the dream, Greg, where you can just hand it off to your kids and have them do the work? Greg has little ones.
My older kids
what's that? Do they help you out too? Family business?
My daughter's 21 and she does a lot of the power tools and cutting.
Oh, wow.
She does a lot of the builds, yeah.
JC, how about you? You have kids. Are they old enough to start helping you with the shop?
I've got a 5-year-old and 2 1-year-olds.
Okay. You're not putting them on a CNC yet?
Not quite, no. He loses interest, but he runs as soon as the machine fires up.
That's too funny. I know. I mean, like me, I have a 9-year-old, but he can care less, like actually doing any wiring and stuff. How about Buy Stuff Store? You guys a family business at all? Is it just the TV guys? Anybody else involved?
Our kids have come through the liquidation store. They're all in school and university right now, though. So for some reason that seems more important to them.
Then the family business. What's more important than family? But you got to get that muscle going on. Well, cool. All right. Well, let's bring on our next couple of guests because we got a lot of them coming on. So for those that have ever wanted to continue printing, so we had Kyler from Arcade Graphics. We have he moved locations already, but Justin, I might have you come back out. But Justin Kukic from Gulf Coast Decals is here with us, also doing arcade artwork as well. But you just came from outside on your dock where you have an actual Arcade1Up sitting on your dock. Can you go out there and come back?
Yeah, I could go back out there.
Yeah, but anyways, you're here for right now. Say hello to everybody. What's Gulf Coast Decals all about, man?
We do a lot of decals, so that's our main focus.
Yeah. Do you have any particular crazy things that you've gotten requests for, just like Tyler?
Nothing like Tyler. I can't beat that.
No large feet prints or anything?
No, nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. But do you have a favorite that you've done at the very least? What's your favorite that you've done so far?
I like my Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 that I put together.
Nice.
So,
very cool.
Yeah.
That's the one with all the skulls and everything, right?
Yeah. It was one of my first games that I enjoyed they had that on the little big projector at the arcade that I went to, and it was a pedestal right there, and yeah, there you go.
Nice. Very cool. Well, good. Thanks for being here. We're going to talk about some other upcoming products you got. I got a lot of stuff from Justin as well. So I pretty much have gotten most things from every vendor here, including this guy. This guy I've gotten a lot of our marquees from. Mr. Angel Otero Jr., Disability Upgrades. What's going on, Angel?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Yeah, good to see you. How's it going?
Everybody, man. It's good to see everybody.
Isn't this fun to just kind of talk to like other folks that are in the same realm as you are? Like, how do you feel about seeing all these other folks that have like been helping arcade modding?
Oh man, I'm starstruck right now because all these faces right now with with all the names that you see on all the posts, and it's good to see everybody all together. This is a good unite right here.
Yeah, and that's awesome to see. So our Angel is putting together some awesome third-party marquees and designs and things. So again, as you've done lots of customs, just a quick question: what's the craziest request you've ever gotten for marquee? Anything that sticks out to you?
Oh, what's the craziest thing? I think I just recently did Scoonies marquee. He did a little one for his countercade.
Little baby ones, little baby
Yeah,
cave.
I mean that's the funny thing. They want like big graphics on something small, which is pretty cool, but always got to get it done, gotta get them done.
Don't you got to school them and be like, nope, this is going to look terrible. Have you guys ever gotten like a crazy idea like Justin or Tyler of like, here's what I want to do, but like it's a terrible idea? Like, is the customer always right? Or do you actually give them feedback and say, this isn't going to work?
No, you have to. You got to give them a little feedback, at least show them different alternatives, because if not, they're going to have this on their arcade for life, and it's just not going to be right.
I've had multiple customers send me graphics from MS Paint.
Yeah, low res artwork. That's the problem.
Oh yeah.
That's the problem.
All the time.
Oh yeah.
I had somebody want to put a family portrait all over their arcade. Basically, it was like all the family pictures, and I'm like, all right.
From like their iPhones, they're like just printing it out, sending it to you.
They were horrible. Looked like a Kodak vending machine, basically.
That's like a Costco print, right? Like making those collages.
Arcade1Up Polaroid.
Awesome. All right, and last but not least, the guy who goes by an Etsy store called Retro 530, but you might know him as Laramie Griffith. What's going on, Laramie? What's going on, man?
How are you?
Good to see you. Finally chat with you. I don't think we've talked very often, but man, I see your stuff all the time. You make marquees, you make 3D printed things, you make covers. Like, I don't know what it is that you sell, but your Etsy store has a lot of stuff. So if you had to define Retro 530, like, what's your main thing?
It's just, whatever the need is. And, I'm sure all the vendors can agree. You get some kind of ideas, whether they're yours or somebody else's, and you kind of throw it up against the wall and see if it sticks. And if it sticks, you keep going. If not, then you move on to the other project. But yeah.
Very cool. And look, we see it here. Look at this group. I mean, this is an amazing group of folks here that have really contributed to the modding scene. And that's how I got started. So as your host, people know me in my YouTube channel for doing crazy mods like this, where I just like adding lights into things. But for folks that are scared of wiring things themselves or putting together their own creative juices, you all have provided some really simple, almost turnkey products that allow people to create their ultimate dream cap. So what was I'm curious from each of you, I'm going to just do a quick round the horn. What was the first product that you designed that you created from your store that really kind of helped jumpstart your product and your brand? So Greg, what was the main thing that you're most known for that really kind of got you started in creating a business out of this?
In the beginning, this was when we only had Rampage, Street Fighter, and I forget what the other one was, but I had Rampage and Street Fighter first, but there was no such thing as a 4-player control panel, so I just decided to design one day.
So you made one of the first 4-player ones for the Gen 1 cabs?
The absolute first for any Arcade1Up, yeah.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
And within a week of that, I had 10 orders, so I made a website and everything else made an LLC, just got going.
And that's how it starts. That's how the business starts. How about you?
I got with Tyler. We got Ninja Turtle. I turned Rampage into a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We worked together for an extremely long time doing prints.
Oh, yeah. How many of you guys have worked and collaborated with each other? I'm curious, like connecting the dots. So Tyler, you've worked with some of these folks too across the board.
I've worked with
Tyler for a little bit too.
Yeah.
Most everybody here almost have buy stuff store. I mean, I've purchased stuff from them. And Retro 530, I've seen his products in the groups, but we never really worked together. But everybody else I have.
Yeah, I bought from 99. I bought from Tyler. I think I've gotten Tulsa's also as well.
Yeah, look, I love that we're all supporting each other too, because your one specialty might not be another person's. Like your specialty might be something else somebody else can help you with. So, JC, what was the main product that really kicked off, Tulsa Arcades?
Man, that's gonna be the monitor mount.
I was about to say, you've sold like many a monitor mount, right?
I would say with the kits and everything, monitor mounts were probably over 30,000.
You've sold over 30,000 monitor mounts?
Probably, easily.
Wow.
That's some volume right there. I mean,
they just keep pumping out.
CNC for the win.
They're slowing down now because the monitors are starting to get hard to get.
Is that for like the 20-inch upgrades, like the main ones that you would do?
And our next product is going to be the extension kit for those.
Ooh, fancy. So I will be asking each of you to kind of highlight some other fancy new products you got going on. So stay tuned for that. But Buy Stuff Store, what's been your main thing so far that's really gotten you into, I'd say most the modding scene, the third-party arcade stuff, because you guys do retail, but what's been something that's been really popular for you guys?
The pedestal stand for the AtGames, the Legends Gamer Pro was
Gamer Pro, yeah.
Sort of our first custom design, and we put it out there and sort of came together really well and launched really well and sold really well. So
nice.
That sort of cascaded from building a base of selling a lot of those. The riser was sort of a need right off the bat. We're both well over 6 feet tall, so standing in front of these things without a little elevation is definitely the whole posture problem thing. So that sort of fits in with the niche we're going for. But
I'm curious, since you guys are in Canada and a lot of the market base might be in the US, how much of your business comes from the local Canada community versus US international? Like, do you have an idea of your base?
Oh, well over 80% goes to the US.
Wow. Okay, good. So you have a strong US-based audience. That's really good to know that you've been supporting that. Cool. Awesome. All right. So Tyler, how about you? I know that you probably have many graphic designs, but was there one best-selling kit of all time that you had from all the designs that you had?
I started out with the Street Fighter cabinet, and that was the kickoff for us, making full side art graphics for that wasn't just the logo and alternative control panel options. And believe it or not, when I first got into 1UP stuff, doing a lighted marquee was where I wanted to head. But after some failed attempts, I saw other people jumped on it quick, and I just kind of put that to the side and focused on the graphics.
Yeah, I bet in the early days there were so many opportunities to find products and things. I think I bought like a control panel from you, Tyler, like second ones that you were starting to kind of do your own control panels.
Yeah, we did control panels early on. They were just blank ones. I never put holes or anything in them, but I was just going to sell blank canvases for people to drill their own holes. I think we probably made 2 or 3 dozen right off the gate, and they sat around here, and I ended up focusing on the graphics, and I just sold them out quick just to get rid of them so they weren't a waste, basically.
It's on one of these guys right here, so I used it. I remember I was one of Tyler's early. Anytime Tyler used to have a deal, he created a Facebook group called like Arcade Graphics Deals, and he would host these really random. It was this weird arcade. It was an informal auction claim sale. Who wants this first to claim it? And then you just created such demand for like these $5 marquee prints that were slightly off. That's how I got hooked into most of my graphics early on. But anybody in the chat or here remember those sales that Tyler would do? Anybody participate in those? Yeah. Those
I haven't done one in a long time because we list all the blemish stuff on the website now. It's a little easier to control that way, but.
Yeah, but those are fun because those are like FOMO things too. Because then you just get on and be like, "Am I going to be the first to do this? I don't care. I don't even know if I want this. I'm just going to buy it anyways and just put my name on there." There'd be some people that would just put their names in, but those are really fun times. Disney says he's got his on the 4th of July. All right, Angel, how about you? I mean, you've been marquees pretty much from the get-go, right? Is that still your bread and butter for you? Just different
I started out doing the LED strips. I didn't like the paper type LEDs, so I started doing those, and those were selling really good at the beginning. That's what started me, and then I just threw it to the community to see it, because there was already 2 vendors out there making marquees. So I threw it out there to the community. I asked the community what they wanted. They were like, "Yeah, go for it." But I think what really got me mostly going was the on and off switch setup that I created for the stock cabinets, because everybody wanted to do their Arcade1Up marquees, but they don't go on and off with the machine unless there's a way to bypass the power, and that's something I invented just on a whim, and then I started rolling with that too. So that's been doing really good too.
Very cool. All right, Laramie, Retro 530. You kind of hinted at it earlier, but your bread and butter seems to be covers, which is somewhat
mostly like 3D printing stuff. But I think the earliest. Well, when I first started, it was custom buttons.
Buttons. I remember you used to do the coin door, the little coin buttons, right?
Yeah, because I was modding a lot of cabs, and I was trying to find a unique, thing for it, and I just started making them myself, and I was posting them and sharing them, and people were like encouraging, like, "Hey, you need to, put those on your Etsy store," and so I started putting those on there, and then one time I saw somebody ask a question, because I had the same question as, are there covers for these things? Because I never played them every day, and I hated dusting them. And somebody was like, reaching out saying, "Hey, does anybody make covers?" And I'm fortunate enough to work with a really talented seamstress, 40 years, in the industry, and I presented the idea to her, and we bought 100 yards. And we mocked it up, and the rest is history. I mean, we've shipped them to Australia, Hong Kong. I mean, it's amazing the people that you meet that have Arcade1Ups in places that you thought would never have them. And it's crazy that their problem, or our solution to their problem, from, this one guy said, "Hey, I'm doing I'm showing off my house, but I don't want anybody touching my arcade. So, I'm selling my house, and the arcades are still in there. Can you make some covers, and so nobody touches them?"
There it is.
Stuff like that. But awesome. I've got into a lot of 3D printing stuff, and right now the coin doors are really popular. Because Arcade1Up came out with the stickers. Yeah, and these things just kind of fit right on them with the light up buttons, and I started getting into the marquee stuff too, and just having fun with it, and meeting a lot of people, and helping out the community.
Nice, thanks, man. So, Justin, do you have one of Laramie's covers on your Dockcade?
I do. He actually made me an outdoor one, so it holds up with the weather.
Justin,
I just realized that from him saying that we've been back and forth on Etsy.
Yeah.
He won't let me pay for it.
No, I was gonna. I want
to pay for it. I want to pay for that.
I want to help you out. That's what
I appreciate it. I really do. And my legacy is still in the garage, so I definitely need that coin door.
Yeah,
but man, I'm blessed to have a lot of friends, and I've met a lot of people, and and I could do that, Angel, and I want to do that. And I told you that through our messages, man. You're a huge contributor to this community, and when you reached out, I was like, "Oh, cool, I'm gonna hook them up." And
definitely. I'm gonna send you my address. I definitely
send it to me. I know we've been going back and forth.
I definitely want it.
I got you, man. I got you a Midway coin door for sure.
Cool. Definitely. I love that collaboration. And Chris says it best, like, huge supporter of everyone here and supporting small businesses, because everybody here is technically a small business, right? And so as you guys are supporting each other, I'm hoping the community sees this and just finds other ways to continue supporting you, because there are people behind the scenes that are doing this, and that's the goal of this show too. But Justin, back to you. From graphics design standpoint, did you have any kind of thing that kickstarted why you got into arcade printing for Gulf Coast decals?
I got the Mortal Kombat machine and basically created I think I'm probably known for like the 5-piece kit, where you got the J panel, the kick plate, the front riser, and the 2 side riser decals. So I really didn't start with wrapping the whole cabinet. I started with that on the Wave 1 cabs.
Nice. Very cool. And you've started making stool covers and things and branching out. Like, do you have any like crazy new products that you're kind of interested in and excited to talk about?
I get a lot of requests for the stool stuff, but I'd rather not talk about that.
Not talk about this. There's something we won't touch, but okay. So maybe we can talk about failed projects. Are there things that you've wanted to kickstart and that maybe didn't get off the ground? I kind of throw it up into the group. Anything that kind of comes to mind where you thought it'd be a good idea, or maybe it just didn't work out?
I get a lot of requests for the countercades and the wallcade stuff. I have them all sitting here, and I've just never been able to get them on the website for sale. I've traced them out. I have the paper sitting here to go get scanned so I can draw templates up for them. But the regular stuff is so predominant, I haven't had time to get to that stuff yet.
Yes, y'all are so busy.
That's part of the problem.
I've designed some buttons that I haven't really done anything. I had this like great idea, and I'm like, oh, this would be awesome, and I put it out there, and it's like crickets, and I'm like, okay. Like I was saying, I threw it up against the wall and it just fell flat. So I'm like, okay, I'll move on to something else.
Yeah, I've been working on the Buckminster for 6 months already.
I know, we're waiting for that.
Yeah, it's 95% done. It's definitely 95% done.
That's a pretty big undertaking. That's a large piece.
Yeah, it is, but it's got to come out the way I can do it best fit. Yeah. It can't be exactly the way they want it.
So Geonaut has a really good question here about what's one of the like best custom mods that you've loved the most from products that you've designed and you've seen it finally finished. Like, is there anything that's like really impressive? Like, wow, that's really cool that my product became that for a customer. So I'll kind of start just around the horn. Buy Stuff Store. Anything that you've seen that you've been really impressed from? Anything that you've put out there?
Well, we collect all the pictures we can find on Facebook. When people post their pedestals and things, and they do some great graphics jobs on it. Probably got it from one of these guys here to dress them up. And
nice, cool. And then has anybody gotten your transforming TV stand yet, or is that still
well, there's a few of them out there, and they're starting to ship now, so that's going to be exciting to
transforming TV stand. If you haven't seen it, what I'm talking about, they make something that it's a pedestal build, but then you convert it into a pinball. I don't even know how to explain it. How would you explain a transforming TV stand pedestal thing?
Well, it does everything for you. That's kind of what the idea is. Rotating TV mount, but then it also lays down to be the angle of a pinball table with the same TV.
And then there's a back box that came up in the back side.
And then the back box is behind it. Yeah. So you can.
All right. I gotta do it.
We're the idea being, I know lots of people have dedicated arcade rooms and stuff, but if you're in a small place and you need to, you need to be able to watch your soap operas during the day and still game and play pinball, with your friends at night. Well, this can solve that problem for you.
One machine to rule them all. Awesome. JC, what's the most craziest mod custom thing that you've seen that you like the most? You're muted, by the way. If you can unmute yourself. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Yep.
Some of the stuff I've seen with the monitor upgrade kits where people have converted driving cabinets and just some different stuff.
Yeah.
It's impressive to see some of the, Guitar Heroes, just so many different cabinets coming out.
Yeah. Nice. All right, how about you, Greg? Anything that you've seen impressed you the most from your kits?
Oh yeah, I think I know. You know who he is. He's in the Star Wars group. I can't remember his name right now, but he did. I did a boss panel for him. He converted this whole arcade into a 3D Star Wars type thing.
Okay.
Is it George? I know you know who I'm talking about.
George Adana?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you did a boss panel for him? Yeah. Okay. Oh, like he did the Death Star Kid mod? He got your boss panel for that? You made that for him?
Boss panel, and he
that's badass.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the Death Star Kid. I've had that on my show before, but that's pretty cool. That's really crazy. I mean, you can do a lot with 3D printing. I mean, Laramie and print. I'm sure your 3D printers are running like 24/7, but yeah, that took a lot of time. But it's crazy what you can do besides like for you guys. I know JC and Greg, you guys have CNCs, right? And so you guys are be able to mass produce big things, but the details you can get with 3D printing is like blowing my mind in terms of what people are creatively coming up with. That's really awesome to see the community do stuff. All right, Tyler. So I asked you about the craziest. What's one that you love though? Like, did you have one that like you personally had a nice connection to that you saw, or you just see too many to remember?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We do so much custom stuff. It's so hard to pick one individual one that I've liked the most because I've done so much variety over the last couple of years. It's amazing from one spectrum to the other. We've done everything you can possibly think of.
All right. Have you ever done like just a solid color cab? Anybody have just been like?
I actually just shipped out a cabinet today for a Legends pinball. The guy wanted all black graphics.
Just black, nothing else.
Everything. The whole cabinet was just with black graphics.
All right, I was joking, but hey, there it is. There's something for everybody. It's the Black Series cab. All right, Angel, how about you? What's the most custom mod that you've loved doing?
Well, you know, most of my stuff usually winds up in Bobby's hands, so anything Bobby's done.
Bobby Vu. That's
Bobby
right.
Vu, I mean,
Bobby Vu is here.
anything that I've done for Bobby is he's definitely has done it over the top. It's crazy.
How about Laramie? What about you?
I'd say, you know, someone reaches out to me and they get, you know, a marquee, they get, you know, buttons, and they get the coin door. I mean, they put in a big order, and to see that complete, and I'm always amazed on how talented, you know, a lot of these, you know, community members are, and it continues to inspire me. And it's an honor to see your kind of work in your craft, you know, and somebody appreciates that enough, you know, to put it on their own because, you know, that's what they love to do, and they're gonna you know, enjoy it for a long time.
Well, look at you getting all like touchy feeling, like giving me like getting chills about keeping this modding the community alive, right? Because we want to keep
I'm sure a lot of people can attest to this, but I've met so many people from orders, you know, just the whole customer service aspect that that don't even go on social media, you know, and don't know about the groups, and you know, but they are just hardcore arcade enthusiasts. They're gamers. And they're just trying to, like, you know, a lot of us do recreate, you know, that feeling that we got, you know, when we were growing up, walking into an arcade and having the lights and the sounds and just those old school games. And, you know, when they reach out and they grab something from you and you know, and you compliment, you know, their setup, it's just a great feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Justin, what's your favoriteest thing that you've done for a client that you've loved?
Well, it wasn't mine, but I saw something that was crazy. It was one of those with the dance mats hooked up to it. Somebody did one of them Dance Revolution ones.
There you go.
So I thought that was pretty interesting.
I thought you were gonna say the Star Trek Legends pinball mod was the best one. Justin, come on.
That one too.
I was expecting you. I was teeing that up for you because. But that was fun. Thank you, Justin, for sending me that. But okay, so page one asked, who has an NBA Jam kickplate skin graphic? I mean, Tyler or Justin, you guys can hook that up, right? NBA Jam, you guys have that on your site?
10 or 12 different varieties on the website.
Head on over. I have links to all the different folks' websites in my description of this particular video. So please check out either Tyler or Justin for that. I'm sure they can hook you up as well. But we have a $5 super chat from Zen Membreno that says, everyone here makes it possible for us to mod what we love and relive our childhood nostalgia. Thank you to everything you guys do for our community. Oh man, this is turning into a touchy-feely show. Look at that. Doesn't that make you feel good? And so, you know, those are just nice community members that are just showing their love for you. But thank you, Zen, for the super chat, and everybody hears you. And I think that message resonates true with everybody here, that we do what we do because we love it. It's part of our hobby, but sharing that passion with other folks is kind of what kind of continues to drive us. So
yeah, but we also have to agree there's always that one customer that just doesn't get it.
That's true. That's true. The trouble customer.
Yeah.
Those are good learning lessons.
You have something you want to get off your chest, Angel? Is there anything? No,
not this show. Maybe the next one.
The next one. We'll host a Jerry show. We'll actually bring the customer on with you. And then we'll just let you guys go at it, right? You guys give me the names. We'll make it happen. And we'll just be like, all right, we're going to do the DNA test. And we're just going to make sure that it matches what you sent them. We got another super chat from C-Mart the Centertainer that says, the dream team, stay clean and game on, my brothers. Thank you for the $10 super chat, C-Mart the Centertainer. Awesome collection of cabs, and I'm sure he has a lot of stuff from each of you guys here too. Well, great. So this has been really cool. There's a lot of folks here that have been supporting the channel. I want to talk about the state of modding Arcade1Up's home arcades, and you know, even the trend of Arcade1Ups, which a lot of us kind of started with that because they've been out the longest. The price increase has really kind of changed the state. GC, you mentioned that, you know, your you know, mounts have gone down just because the prices of cabs when people aren't finding them. So I'm curious if folks have any thoughts about the state of arcade modding. Is it do you feel like it's in a downturn? Is there anything that you think that would, you know, impact how people are thinking about modding their cabs? Kind of just curious about folks if you have any thoughts about it. So I'll just open it up to the floor.
Yeah, it seems like multi-cades are becoming more popular than the Arcade1Ups. You know? I like having 10, 12 different arcades with all the noise in the background. Then you got a lot of people that only have an apartment; they can only fit one arcade. And
It's
you
true.
can get AtGames for $500 and load it up with a flash drive, and you're good to go.
Great point.
It's pretty expensive to mod them.
Great point. Anybody else? JC, I know you have some thoughts on this.
Man, I've been frustrated with the market right now. The price of lumber is just ridiculous, and you know it's tough because like before the wood really started going up, we had to spend like 10 grand just to buy a lot of wood to have product, and now things are kind of slowing down a little bit, and it kind of sucks. The pricing of Arcade1Up is just not helping people.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And
absolutely.
unfortunately, they can't control it because of the manufacturing and importing.
Anybody else been impacted a little bit in terms of like sales or just you know, with arcade modding?
I wouldn't say sales are too much. Sales are definitely down because it's that time of the year and where, you know, people are outside. They're not in their house as much as they were the last year. But I noticed a lot of more people are hitting me up for graphics for larger cabinets from like Rec Room Masters or X Arcade stuff or a few other popular groups that make full size cabinets. I've been doing a lot of custom stuff for that kind of stuff versus one-up cabinets because with the price of them going up, people are just buying full size stuff instead.
That's true. It's getting really close to some of that, and a lot of this was an intro into the arcade market and having them at home. And yeah, I wonder if you guys have pivoted and started offering services for full size cabs and things, which is harder to like do modding versus restorations, right? So I'm curious if that's impacted any of your work. Anybody else have any thoughts on state of kind of arcade modding, home arcade systems?
I just like that I'm sleeping more. I like that I'm sleeping more.
Angel had the most formal business ever. When I first bought Marquis from Angel, he was just like, "Here's my cell phone number. Just call me up and let's place the order. Let's just get it down." And but I mean,
and to this day, I regret it because I forget other people got different time zones. So at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm on the phone with an order. Like,
what's going on?
Nuts.
That's
but
funny.
It's good. It's a blessing and a curse with it.
Speaking of, somebody here is asking, can anyone make marquee art instructions like an old arcade cabinet? So for folks that are doing, I guess, real arcade projects, you know, if people are coming to you with custom ideas and project, what's the best way for customers to reach out to you with that custom product? Is it just reaching out to you via the contact us on your website, your stores? Is it reaching out to you on messengers and Facebook groups that you guys are part of? What's the best way that you prefer to receive custom orders?
I'm going to say telephone because my email box is completely slammed and it is a mess. It's just a disaster. The wife used to go in there and take care of the emails for us, but I mean, it's just, it's bad, but we pick up the phone every time though.
Okay, that's good. Good to know. There's still a way to communicate. You can pick up the phone. That's nice that you have that option. Anybody else in terms of
Messenger phone. Yeah, email.
I've been doing more and more text messaging with customers because it's just way easier to answer a text than it is to get on a phone call.
True. Excellent. Good idea. Right. Not that I want to get. What was that? Somebody was saying, "Oh, Greg, you were saying Facebook? Is that your main communication?"
Messenger is how we do most of our communication. Yeah, we'll agree to
Messenger.
custom order, and then they'll put in the order and put a note on the order after we agree to it.
Chris is like, "I want to see driving cabinets." So, I mean, Greg, you make a driving panel, right?
Yeah, I do. I mean, ever since Outrun came out, they don't sell.
Yeah,
they're still on the site, I believe.
Yeah, that's when people are making their own like Daytonas and everything else.
Yeah, you put your stick shift right on there. It's got the arm for it.
Yeah, Brad was saying the price increase is scary. So what else do you see changing? Any other final thoughts on this topic of just the change in the modding scene, price increases before we kind of move to the next thing?
I think it's going to get worse, honestly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for a little while, and then I think it'll level out.
I have to agree.
Yeah. I hope so. I mean, I hope doing these types of shows will just give some more color to you guys as business owners, and that we continue to support small businesses. So if you guys are watching this, we have almost 100 people watching. If you're thinking about purchasing, something to help you mod your arcade, whether it's a marquee or, a new panel or a graphic or something, please consider supporting these guys because they're awesome. And want to make sure that you guys keep going. I want to see the next amazing thing. In fact, I now want to ask you guys, as you guys have been in the scene for a while, how often are you thinking about new ideas, and what's the latest project that you are going to be trying to, put out there to sell? So, I mean, Greg, you already have it right there in front of you. I see you've been posting pictures of it, but you got a boss panel for a partycade, man. So what's the latest and greatest? Is that the biggest news thing that you got going on?
It is. I mean, we're working on Switch mod kits and things like that for, with wider control panels. We know we have the Intech one, which is pretty awesome. I got one for my kids and made a Switch arcade. But
yeah,
if you're playing with grown-ups, you need more space. So it works fine for the kids. 2 players, 8 buttons on that little control panel. But we got that going. Next up is going to be the Legacy Tempest. There's a lot of people requesting the special control panels that looks like the original. And I had a few requests for this, so I bought the Partycade and just finished it this afternoon, so I can hopefully show it on the show.
Nice. I need you to pre-work on a big blue one, and get that out to me immediately. So that's my custom request. I've already reached out to you, but yeah, that'll be fun.
Much more than a few adjustments to finalize it, but I got one on pre-order, so once I get it, it's probably within a week. It'll probably be ready to go. I would think. I can't see anything too complicated about that.
Awesome. Very cool. Good. All right. So JC, what's the latest and greatest with you?
Well, we've got the wide body kits coming out. We're going to start shipping those. Lit J panels in the works. And then we're kind of switching up our business model. We're going to open up another website, I think, and ship completed projects, like full-size arcade cabinets and bar tops and stuff like that are actually ready to go in the end, so the user can just turn them on. We're working out a deal with FedEx right now to try to get the shipping down and get the cost to a reasonable level. That's what we're kind of working on.
Awesome. Very cool. All right, Buy Stuff Store. I'm going to have you guys pitch what you got going on. But before you do, you guys also sent me a picture of something else you got going on. Tell me about what this is for everybody that I'm going to show up on the screen.
Yeah, so we're just launching our riser booster. Mainly comes from the big buck hunter being way too low for normal size or tall people. And we're going to have a 4 and a 6 inch version of it. You saw it in that picture, but basically you just put the old riser right on top of this one.
Yeah.
We've got some kick plate vinyl look to it in different colors, so you can kind of match the different cabs. And so we're just ready to launch that on buystuffarcades.com. It's going to be our new website, kind of separate from the rest of our liquidation store stuff. Right now it's kind of a whole collection of a lot of different things. So
cool.
So buystuffarcades.com will be our dedicated
and is
arcade product site.
So I would be interested in a riser like that too. I like the little graphic that you put. But so the big thing that for folks that haven't seen it in the background is that awesome back box for the AOP there. So do you want to just pitch a little bit about what that is? And for those that want to find out more info, you guys will be joining the Basement Corner Arcade Show next Tuesday to talk more about it. So definitely check out their show. MCAP and Rascal host an awesome show. They're going to host Buy Stuff Store and have a chance for you to be one of the first people to purchase that back box. So what is the back box? Is it completely put together? Is there anything else that people need to do to it? Like, what is it that people would get with that?
Yeah, so we've put a lot of work into it and got a lot of feedback from the community on it to kind of tweak a bunch of really cool little add-ons, but it's a complete plug-and-play replacement. It's it's as easy to install as the back box that comes with the ALP. Use the same wing nuts, and we got flat cables and caps that feed right into the back of the back box. And there's a mount for the Vibs board, and comes complete with the monitors already installed, and
a connector that plugs the speakers directly in, just like the original ALP back box did.
Very
so these
nice.
speakers work for our internal and the PC.
Oh, there you go. Very cool. Nice and innovative. I mean, I got my back box from the Bobby View, right? But for those that don't have a Bobby View in their backyard, because I'm lucky, I can just drive to Bobby's house and he's my human CNC. He's amazing to work with. But you are offering this for sale soon. Do you have a price point yet, or is this something that you're still working on?
So it's going to be $469, and there's a $70 return credit if you
core charge for the
for sending back the parts,
for the ALP back box,
for the old back box.
Got it.
It's optional. So.
All right, listening to the community buy stuff store. Brad's a fan. Rukapon says, "Take my money." I know a lot of people are a fan of it, so definitely check out the Basement Corner Arcade Show next week. You haven't started taking orders yet, but if you want to be the first in line to get to that black box order, you got to be a subscriber to the Basement Corner Arcade so that they can offer a chance to buy this back box. So check them out. Thanks so much. I know that was a popular thing.
They'll be showing the two different versions we're offering of the side panels.
Yes.
As well. They were a big influence on the design of that.
Yeah.
They didn't like my Ford Fairlane Pokemon version at first, so I had to scale those wings down for them a little bit. That's shout out to them. So thanks very much for that influence.
Sounds good. It looks good. All right, Tyler, I know you're here. So what's happening? What's new? I know the kids are running the shop, or is it still business as usual? Anything else that's coming up you want to promote?
We've been focusing a lot on the Gamer Pro, or Gamer Pro and the Gamer Mini. We're getting a lot of stuff up for that. We just started doing aprons and back glass for the AtGames pinball machine. We're going to be doing the Arcade1Up pinball machines next. Probably in about 2 or 3 weeks, I'll have stuff ready to rock and roll for those.
Nice.
But we're focusing on the pinball stuff's where it's at right now. I mean, we're selling a lot of it.
That's it. The pinball style graphics, I'm sure, is more important, especially ALP ones. I mean, I'll say it. Like, I've never been a fan of the Gottlieb tables. That's just me. And some people want to do a black version or whatnot. I'm sure that's going to be super popular.
Well, I really like AtGames a lot. They provided all the templates for their cabinets. They have them right on their website. You can download them. I don't have to. People don't have to chase me down looking for templates. They can get them right there. They can download them, and I have cut files to cut everything precisionally to fit right on the cabinets. We do tend to leave the side graphics with a little bit of bleed for trimming. With the front graphics, we cut the size. The aprons get all cut the size. The back glass is now cut the size, and it just makes for easy install.
Nice, very cool. All right, Angel, what's the latest and greatest? Big Buck Marquee, right?
Yeah, the Big Buck.
You have it
here. Yeah,
you have it. Well, you're gonna show it to me.
95% done. 95% done. 95%
Ooh,
done.
Fancy. It's gonna.
Let me light that up.
Oh, the inside part lights up.
Yes.
Oh, bad. That's awesome.
It is
man.
a closed box. It is not.
Okay.
It's not going to be an LED light. It's covering me up here. It's not going to be an LED light. You got to put on the H panel. This is a closed box. I'm working on it. Trying to get it so that I had to do it square on top. I couldn't do the actual buck design on it, but I had to do it square on top because it's easier with the brackets on the top and bottom that I'm gonna add. Nice. And other than that, I'll be doing both images. I'll be doing the Pro, and I'll be doing the World. So
Big Buck World.
Hopefully,
very cool.
Yeah, definitely. As you can see, the antlers are already on the marquee itself, so you're not gonna. The only thing that's gonna light up is really the middle.
Mrs. Congress can't wait to get her hands on that, so I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, I know. I definitely gotta send this out to you guys this week for sure.
We'll do a review.
But other than that, I'm working on those, and I'm just the basic stuff, the countercades, partycades, the regular marquees. So
Yeah.
that's all I'm really in that.
Awesome. Very quickly, I think somebody was asking about reserving your back box for AOP. So for Buy Stuff Store folks, are you gonna only have reservations soon, starting next week, or how are you guys gonna do the back box stuff?
That'll all be coming out real soon.
TBD.
We're trying to get the website launched, and then we'll have
Buy Stuff Arcades, right? Is that what it is? Buy Stuff Arcades. Check it out. All right. And then Tyler, any sales coming up soon? So people are asking that somebody needs to place a graphics order soon. You got anything?
I actually set up a coupon. It's Kong Live for 25% off to anybody listening to the show here. I'll let that coupon ride for the next week.
25% off. You guys heard it. Kong Live. Is that right?
Yep. Kong Live.
All right. Kong Live for 25% off at Arcade Graphics. Nice. Very cool. Thanks for that. So that's there you go, Mike. Got a question. Anybody have graphics for a 27-inch Micro Center cab? Have you guys ever done anything for that? Tyler?
I've done a few. I've done a few of them now. We have the side art on the website.
Okay.
I haven't added the front panels yet because I didn't have a cabinet to get measurements from, but I had a customer ship me some measurements here the other week, so we're going to get the rest of it up there soon.
Nice. Very cool. Cool. All right. Laramie, Retro 530. What's the latest and greatest? I actually have a picture of it here. Bam.
Yeah, there it is.
Nice.
So yeah,
what am I looking at?
That is a full printed 4-player coin door intended for the new Konami cabs that are coming out. So you got Simpsons, you got X-Men. A lot of people have been reaching out. You know, they like the coin doors, and I've actually kind of upped up. You know, they usually print in 2 pieces, and you got to put them together. Now I have the capabilities because some of the profit I reinvest into some better equipment, and I'm actually able to print, you know, on a larger print bed. So I'm actually able to get these, you know, kind of more printed out full, so they're easier to install.
Oh, nice. So, very cool.
Yep.
Thanks. And you reached out to me earlier about potentially giving away one of those on the show, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So hey, let's do it now, right now. So I'm going to ask a question. Okay. So first person to answer this question, are you cool with giving that away to folks?
Yeah, they can message me and I'll ship it to them.
All right. So here's the question. When Laramie was talking about his cover, he mentioned what the length of yards he purchased to create his cover. So how many yards did he purchase to get the thing created for his covers? Seeing if anybody paid attention to Retro 530 history. It's a good question, right? I was trying to
that's a good question.
All right, the first one that I see here, do I see it? Is it?
Yeah.
First one was, do you guys see Juan Perea? Yeah. Is the first one?
What are we looking at, YouTube?
Yeah, you guys see that in the comments? I'm just double checking.
Juan Perea.
Juan Perea. All right, Juan Perea, you are the winner. Please message Laramie Griffith and
congratulations, Juan.
Somebody said 1,000, Brad. No, 1,000. 1 million.
I'm probably ordering about that now. Every time I order.
Do you? About 1,000?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got a lot of random things here, so we'll come up with some. We're keeping it PG if we can, but yeah. Thanks, Laramie, for the giveaway. Yeah, please reach him out and check that out. So cool.
Congratulations, Juan.
Coin doors. All right, Justin, what's the latest and greatest for you that you have cooking up and going on?
We've been getting a lot of requests for the legacy cabinet, so we've been, creating a couple kits for that.
In fact, I have a couple pictures of them, right? Like you turned an MK into a tapper.
Yeah, I just put that one together, and then
I just did that exact same graphic for a guy last night.
Oh, really?
Yep. And then, I didn't put the tapper on mine. My wood's a little different, but we think alike.
Yeah, there you go. And then MK1 they wanted, so I can make it to where you just slip it under the plexi if they want, or if they don't want to mod the control panel.
Oh, cool. So it just kind of fits on instead of having it be like a vinyl.
Okay. Yeah, it's vinyl still, but you can stick it down or just leave it under there if you don't want to pull out all the buttons and the controllers.
Oh, got it. Got it. Cool. Well, nice. Very cool that you've been working on that. Awesome. Awesome. Thanks. And Justin also, not that everybody has to on the show, but Justin also created a coupon code that I'll put into the chat as well, for 10% off all your orders, right? So Kongs or Us, if you want to go to Gulf Coast Decals, put that in. So again, we're just promoting, folks. I mean, whatever you guys want to do to help support and promote, you guys don't have to, but I've been excited to talk to each of you guys. And this has been a great show. We've had over 100 people joining us to listen and talk to get to know you. So hopefully this is just giving you a nice opportunity to talk to some fans. There's a lot of folks that have been doing a lot of your products and things as well. The Arcade Graphix Gamer Skin Pro is dope. So definitely, if anybody has any last comments, I'd love to do one last round horn. If there's anything else you'd like to say to any fans or folks that are watching, we can do that. And if you have any questions in the chat, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to end the show pretty quickly. So final thoughts and words that you have for either the modding community that are watching or even to your vendor friends and colleagues that are here. So I'll kind of start right in the middle with Laramie. Anything you want to say, putting you on the spot? Final thoughts?
I think just, keep coming up with creative ideas and we're all going to be inspired and, we'll see if we can do it. We see if we can help out the community and, just have fun with it.
All right, JC, because you look really bored, I'm going to ask you.
No, like I said, it's been a long day in the sweatshop. It's pretty hot back there. It's brutal. I mean, our heat temps are up to like 104.
It's okay. It's tough to keep your concentration. I know, man. But any things you want to say to the arcade group here?
Or if anybody's ordered stuff and they're waiting, we're doing the best we can to get the orders out as soon as possible. But it's tough right now. My machine is running a little rough with it being too hot in the back. I got a vacuum table now too, and with those vacuum pumps running, it's kind of overheating.
Yeah. So let's see, Tulsa, are you gonna make a wide body kit for the Outrun cab? Is that something that you've thought about?
Man, no, probably not, because we can only buy so many cabinets, and then we make our own products as well for the locals. We get a lot of people that come in and want custom cabinets, and then we do shipping as well. So we got to cater to our local area. It's kind of a hard balance. It really is.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sure requests will come in and you guys are being honest with what your customers want or need, but feel free to keep asking questions in here. Buy Stuff Store, anything you guys want to mention to folks? Anything you want to plug? Final words?
Just want to say thanks very much to you folks and the community that David does most of the interaction with all these guys, but P-Dubs and the guys from Nostalgia, Michael Burry, some of those guys have been great help. The Canadians I want to mention, the
Canucks, yes.
That's great. Have been a good support and good help and good feedback for us.
Yeah.
AtGames has been a great partner with us as well. Thank them. And we're happy to hear from people and get feedback, get ideas. People keep coming up with great ideas for different products, and we love trying to solve those problems and
that's great.
in all the ways we can. So it's a fun community, fun business to be a part of. We really just appreciate everybody's support. So.
And your quality will speak for itself too. So Buy Stuff Store has great quality, and each of you have provided quality stuff. Otherwise, you guys wouldn't continue your business. So I know you guys take pride in that. So I just wanted to mention that as well, that you guys all each make super quality products, including Greg. Sometimes he makes some quality things occasionally. So anything you want to mention, Greg?
Yeah. I want to take a minute to thank the guys in the room here. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes support that I don't think anybody realizes goes on. Mainly with Tyler. Justin really reached out when I started doing my own art too, and there was a lot of support there. JC,
nice collaboration. Yeah,
there's a lot of behind-the-scenes. So thank you, guys.
Oh, look at that. We're getting touchy-feely again, but it's okay. We're a small community of folks, and you guys are helping each other out, which is awesome. So a question for Retro 530. Laramie, do you have any coin doors for the legacy cabs? Is that happening?
I do. I have them for each of the legacy cabs. And there's a different variety of like the logo plate and different buttons too. So it's all on the Etsy store. And you can always message me if you have any questions. They're pretty easy to install. You just gotta drill 2 holes for the buttons, and that's pretty much it.
Is that yours, Greg?
I think I got it from him. I'm not even sure.
No, that's not mine, Greg.
Not different. Another guy, another 3D printed guy. All right, Tyler. Any last thoughts? And if somebody asked, can you make an Aliens theme graphic for ALP? Is that?
Yeah, there's custom options on the site for the pinball stuff. We literally only have the custom option. So whatever you want, order the custom, and we can make pretty much anything. We don't post a whole lot of the pinball artwork online because it's a touchy subject.
And you already got some business. Mike already placed his order on your site. So thanks, Tyler.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Anything else you want to mention? Final words?
Yeah, thanks to the community for all the love and support. We get lots of pictures emailed to us. I don't have a lot of time currently to post a lot of stuff in the social media groups. I'm not nearly as active as I used to be, but I'm still here behind the scenes and training my daughters how to take care of everything here and run the operations. And they want to get more into the social media stuff because that's their realm of the world.
Yeah, very cool. All right, Justin, this is a quick question for you. I'm curious if you have the answer. Do you Graphix guys ever run into trademark issues from stuff on your site? Is that?
Yeah, it comes up.
Yeah.
It just all depends.
Depends on who the IP is or the graphics that you guys are doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you run stuff mostly on Etsy, or do you have your own site too? You have your own site too, right?
I do, but majority of my stuff's eBay, Etsy. Got a few things on Amazon. Cool. Just whatever's convenient for people to check out.
Got to have multiple places to find you. You can find it. Gulf Coast Decals everywhere, including the dock of the bay because he's a.
I could walk out there in a little bit.
Do it. We're gonna end the show soon, so
I'll mute the mic though because you'll probably get background noise.
All right, so we're gonna have Justin relocate so we can see what he's doing because he's gonna head out to the dock. It's a treat if you guys haven't seen the Dockcade. But Angel, any kind of final thoughts from this group here? Anything you want to say to the community?
Yeah, definitely. I want to thank you for having me, B. I really appreciate it. I'm sure I've interacted with everybody on this panel at one point. So I really appreciate you guys for, like I said, like I always say, making me a household name. People who just post something always have my name in a comment, so it's I really appreciate that. It's good to be something proud, something that my family can be proud of. So that's really what matters the most.
Well, we sent Justin into the dark now, so I forgot that you're not. But there he is sitting on the dock, and it's custom Arcade1Up Jaws that's permanently mounted onto the dock. I know it's dark, you can't see it, but he's literally outside. Sitting on his dock with a nice, beautiful river or something in his backyard. That's amazing. So, Justin, I'm going to unmute you to see if we can hear the sounds of the South.
I know where you can get a cover for that.
Yeah.
He has one.
I got one right here.
There it is. Look, we plug in each other's stuff. Yeah. Does it play well? Is your family on that often? No issues since you've had it out there a couple months?
No, my son plays it all the time, majority of the time, but you can see it's running right now.
That's nice.
The Jaws cab running Super Mario World. There you go. Love it. Well, there you go. If you've ever dreamed it, these guys can make it happen for you. So whether it's 99 Lives, JC from Tulsa, Buy Stuff Store, Arcade Graphics, Disability, Retro 530, Texas Gulf Coast Decals. Man, you guys have all been making everybody's arcade dreams come true. So I want to thank each of you for putting on an awesome show. Hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. People are saying they're spending money. So people have placed some orders. And if there's anything that you guys want to promote, feel free to let me know. I'm happy to continue promoting stuff as I do additional shows weekly. So if you want something to pitch or promote, keep me posted and happy to do it on your behalf. Support small businesses, folks, everybody. Thank you all for joining. We'll see you next week. Thanks for an awesome show, everybody. See you later.
Thanks, Pete.
Bye.
Appreciate it.